Welcome to this demo on image selection mode in Studio. In this video, we'll explore how to use the image targeting method with image selection mode. We'll also discuss how this method can come in handy when other targeting methods like strict selectors and fuzzy selectors are not available. In this video, we will demonstrate how to create a process using the image selection method for the WUI application running on the local virtual machine. To demonstrate image targeting, we're using a local virtual machine. In a virtual machine, we cannot access other targeting methods when the target application is in the virtual machine. Please note that to follow along with this video, you will need to have the WUI application set up and running on a local virtual machine. We will also be using Studio from our local machine to create and run the process. If you don't have this set up, don't worry, you can still use the WUI application on your system. However, make sure you use image as the targeting method to identify the required UI element. First, let's understand image selection mode. This mode switches to image-based identification only, which can be useful in situations where UI automation doesn't work. For instance, in virtual machine environments where strict selector and fuzzy selector can't be accessible. Now, let's see it in action. We have already opened the WUI application on the virtual machine. It's important to note that even if other targeting methods are available to select a target or anchor, image selection mode can still be enabled. However, if image selection mode is enabled, it will use only the image as the targeting method. To begin, let's add a Use Application Browser activity and select the virtual machine connection as the target. This will allow us to interact with the WUI application running in the virtual machine. Next, we'll add a Type Into activity and indicate the cache in input file. Please note that we cannot select the cache in input field alone as the WUI application is running on the virtual machine. Therefore, we'll need to use image selection mode to identify the field. Next, we'll enable image selection mode to identify the cache in input field. In image selection mode, we can select a UI element by defining a selection on the screen. To do this, we can use the left mouse button to click, press, and hold while dragging around the area we want to use. To select the cache in input field as the target using image selection mode, we need to drag the selection box around the field on the screen. The wizard has detected that there are other additional candidates available, which makes our selection unreliable. We know that adding an anchor will eliminate the duplicates. So let's select the cache in label as the anchor element. Before confirming our selection, let's check the settings section. We can see here that the only targeting method used for our selection is the image method. This is the same for the anchor. Let's now confirm our selection. Let's enter a value to be typed in the cache in input field. Next, to confirm the transaction, let's add a click activity and indicate the Accept button. Time to run our workflow. Great! It's working as expected. The process enters the value in the cache in field and clicks Accept. This brings us to the end of our demo on how to work with image targeting method. Here's a quick recap. The image selection mode is a useful targeting method in UI automation when other methods, such as selectors, are not available. When using the image selection mode, the only targeting method used for both targets and anchors is image. To select a UI element in image selection mode, one can define a selection by holding down the left mouse button and dragging around the area of interest. Are you up for a challenge? Can you build an automation for a simple use case using the app Web Recorder, but with one condition? The targeting method to identify the UI element should be an image. Let's say you need to automate the process of logging into a web application that's not accessible through your local machine. Give it a go and see what happens. Thanks for watching, and happy automation!